Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Riven. So in about the last 5 minutes of the last recording, we made it to this new area, which is good. We needed a new puzzle. We've run into a problem where we're not completing puzzles, and Riven doesn't really do a good job of rewarding you like MYST. In MYST, you got a blue and gold puzzle. You got blue and red pages in MYST that to tell you you've solved that puzzle. Once you found those two pages in an age, that's pretty much all you needed to do in that age. Here, you don't even know if you're done or not. So, in a simplistic way of counting, I assume this is a 1. This is larger than 1. But then this is 4 squares and this is 4 squares, so I don't know at all. So they've thrown out the idea of these just being numbers, or the number of squares. I mean, if these two are tied, then this would be the next biggest one, and this would clearly be the biggest one. So we're gonna have to figure some things out. We're in a giant golden dome. More of Gin, the bad guy who really needed to have shown up by this point. He should have shown up at the beginning of the game and stolen the book away from you directly. I guess maybe there's storyline reason why that wouldn't quite work. I thought there was like an animal or there. Something there. Here's an interesting, it's like steel beams. So I don't know how you bring steel beams and all of this mechanical stuff into this age if you don't. Do you magically have giant linking books that can bring mechanics? Did Gin write the age in such a way that it had technology and then he destroyed it so that only less educated people now live on it? Because we've already seen that the current residents of this land are living in mud huts. My assumption is that anytime there's something like this, where steam is coming out the back, I should just turn it off. And that, I think, is going to either raise or lower a ladder, which is probably a good thing for me. Let's see, sound just like steel. More steel. What's this? Is this supposed to be an elevator crankshaft or something? I guess it is. It's an indicator of a call button or something that would normally be there. Instead, we'll take this passage, and we've got another one of these. I hope that I'm doing the right thing. See, this almost seems like a keyhole for something we would use later. But I only see 2 of those switches, which that doesn't really integrate into the map we saw earlier where there was 5 switches. And you're just really jumping through all of this when you walk forward. And see, this seems like a central location where you would have some more control. And this seems like that bridge was always missing. So, what bridges did I just activate? There must be in here a way to rotate Yes. Yet another switch. Seems like there's a switch on every single one of these. And clearly they didn't have the budget to animate that rotation. So instead they decided to put the switch in such a way and lock you at looking at the switch while it's rotating. Well, I'm not even sure if that's actually the case. It may have just been poor planning on Cyan's part to have the buttons locked in that fashion. Well, there's only 2 passageways that works. Where's the button on this one? I think you do have to go all the way around here. Man, seriously, they needed to have a latch on the other side of that. It's possible that this game has very limited space it uses for its save files. But no, because there's other things you interact with, like the position of this spinning room, that wouldn't make sense if that's not getting saved. Right. Before, there was a door here that wouldn't open. And there's still a door here that won't open. Let's see. And I don't think this is going to help anything by doing that. Yeah, I think you want those in the right position. Such a puzzle, such a puzzle. Alright. So I see an open passage. Would it help anything to do this? If anything, I feel like I need to probably come in from the other direction and enter from this door. I thought I was done with this puzzle. I'd hoped I was done with it. Well, this brings us back to this point. And there's still not seeing any gates, so... Still trying things, I suppose. I don't think going... If I could get to that position, that would do anything. I think that just connects the first door and the side back entrance. Let's see that. Just let me see if perhaps this does something. See, that does close that gate. And it's a binary position, I'm assuming. Like, I don't think if I do this again, it will still stay open. Nope, that clearly closes the gate. So I shouldn't flip that switch. I'm pretty sure I shouldn't. We're getting closer and closer to actually needing to use a walkthrough. This game is not being generous with hints at all. Let's see. If I rotate this twice, maybe that's what I need to do. Come around and rotate this once. And I believe rotating this once will open the passage in front of me. But I don't actually think I want to do that. I want to instead rotate it a second time. Because... oh, actually that gate got closed again. Oops. Well, I'm gonna have to solve that later. So there are 2 gates. You have to open both of them with 2 switches. And once you have those 2 switches open, that's what you want. We're just zooming around. Totally possible that you're missing things. See, and this just feels like this is in the impossible locate spot. You just cannot get to that, regardless of how you spin it. Which probably implies that whatever I'm trying to do might be the wrong thing. And very possibly I did activate some kind of ladder or staircase that is extremely far away from the location I'm in right now. And that the gameplay design here is made so that I have to wander around in circles. That is, I suppose, a slight possibility that they wanted you to run backwards and then come back up. Oops. I'm half wondering if it would have been better just to load back into a previous save right now. Let's see. Alright. We are here. This is the switch. So I can go back in circles, or I can try something different. Let's try the secondary path that we see. If maybe there's an in path and then 2 out paths. So this path wouldn't work. There's a lot of sitting at at the screen staring at the wall. Here's a good question. Like, this takes me to that. What if I was to activate zip mode and then do this? No, it's not any faster. What if I was to disable transitions? Nope. It's an animation, it's gotta play. So there's no way to speed this up, despite my desire that it would. Yeah, and there's only really 2 spins here. So there is one in path and one out path. And there really can't be too much hidden. Like, yeah, there really can't be anything too much hidden behind things. Because if there was, we would have seen it by now. So this is... Unless this door opens. And I guess I could try this. Just close this gate. And then go close the other gate. See, that closes one different gate, and this one closes this gate. See, and I don't see what this would solve, or how this would help in any way. Yeah. And we've hit that point in a puzzle game where you're just trying random things. And Riven MYST the great grandfathers of games like this. Two. Like, this is all they are about. Is being annoying and not helpful, not really pushing a player towards the solutions. Even if I did come in through this door, like, that wouldn't do anything. I've got to exit through this door somehow. Which means something's got to open that path. So 2 more spins and I'm just going to leave this back in the position where it was. Alright, so I'm just going to leave this here. And we have this here. We have this over here that we've got to get to. And as we're crossing this area, then the only thing I could kind of assume is that this pipe is just going up. Well, I guess it's going up to that platform. So there's no reason for me to do that. So it's powering that platform, but where's that platform coming from? It's coming from like an island way over there. Interesting. This, on the other hand, is not that platform. And this is powering, like, what? Let's see. I'm trying to get my orientation. I can't get my bearings, but what I would say is you don't really need to get your bearings, because you kind of know that they can't be that sneaky and force you into like having it in the right position to start off with, because then it would be too easily for people to accidentally solve puzzles. Like, the only time they could get away with that was like in MYST 1, where they had you in a scenario where you were turning switches and then they wanted you to turn one of the many switches that you turned back off. So I kind of have to assume that I triggered something on the other side of the island. And it's time to transition back. The music is nice in that area, but you never stay in that area long enough to hear it like a full song. It's one of those original soundtrack implementations that you might see in modern games, where they play the interesting 2 minutes of a 5-minute song, but you never hear it all, and it just fades in and fades out. This long transition point here feels like it is the dividing line, that nothing I had done at the previous on the previous island would connect to this. But I'm kind of wondering if that's the case. Or not. I guess until we find some new place to be or new thing to do, we are doomed to wander around, perhaps, double checking things. It's possible I walked right past a passage. It's frankly very possible that happened. Inconsistency here of whether going left is a 90-degree turn or an 180-degree turn. In this instance, it's 180 degrees. Again, how you would be able to move the vehicle and not be in it, seems not likely that that would actually happen. But they probably just put it in there for bug checking reasons, just to be certain. Click on these two bridges. Let's see. Giant axe. So there's the dome that we were at. There's the island. So maybe, just maybe, if I ride this, it takes me underwater to that. Because you do go underwater in this. So maybe I triggered a platform towards this puzzle, which would help me solve whatever little bit of this puzzle is left to do. This lighting technology is so much more advanced than any of the other technology we see in the game. It's out of place. We never really get a futuristic type thing. Like, there's never a super futuristic technology elsewhere in this game, and I'm not sure we really even saw anything like that in MYST 1. And they're certainly playing with darkness and light. And it seems like when you hit this, it drops you immediately for that smooth animation. Sliding animation, which they should be, I guess, a little bit proud of that sliding animation. It's not something to really scoff at. And I don't think we're gonna do anything with the, well, with much of anything actually. We go up here. There's this connected part. The fan is still going. We've been gone quite a long time. And inside should be a fish now. It's a frog. So we caught a frog. Or we didn't catch a frog. Hopefully we didn't screw up what we needed to do. Hmm. If we go back this way, is there another path? Seems like there might be a building there. And it seems like there's a pipe connecting things. So maybe if I could turn off the power, I could get into that fan. But I have to go back to the round dome area? Yeah, it seems like there's an actual in-game time you have to do this to catch a frog, and maybe I shouldn't have freed it. Maybe I should have. Maybe it doesn't matter. It's probably somewhat related to the sound puzzle. But what I'm not seeing here is a platform. I can't go any further this direction. We already crawled in the pipe. I don't really see a reason to have the I don't see a reason to boil water. I don't see a reason to make sawdust. There is more to this area, certainly, but not yet. I don't think. And again, clear blue water, making it very odd that you won't swim. And way over here is just nothing. Why not just have a wall right there? Riven is playing games, certainly, with having areas that are just not anything. Empty, pointless areas that maybe at some point they would have had something in them, but they didn't. But if I was looking for a Riven remastered, if they're going to add more content and change the puzzles around a lot, I think they have to do a lot more hand-holding. A lot more just helping a modern player not get frustrated with this stuff. I have in the past suggested games add different gameplay mechanics, and while a sub-gameplay mechanic like lockpicking would work perfectly fine in a game like this, I wouldn't want something where there's monsters running around and you have to shoot them. Like, I don't want to turn it into your standard first-person shooter RPG game or anything like that. And I don't know if you really add too much with conversations in a game like this, because any conversation takes away from the story that Cyan is trying to tell. for better or worse. I don't think the MYST series, since it originally was told very much like a book with no real different endings, although there are different endings in the first game, and probably I know at least one other game has different endings, although it was programmed so poorly that I don't think anybody got different endings even if they tried. So we triggered the alarm again. So maybe the alarm is what gets the frog. They're very much afraid of strangers. Or maybe me in particular for some reason. I don't know why. However, let's go this direction. The other thing I was thinking is that we saw a ladder over here. This kind of flat laddered space. I was hoping that would be changed. Nope. We're kind of in a very weird position because I think I've just missed one, like, no pun intended, I've missed one thing in everything. So I've failed to solve a single puzzle, and I'm kind of bouncing around different puzzles, not willing to admit that I'm totally lost and don't know what I'm doing. We can look upward in a few places, for whatever that's worth. I don't have any items, unless I was going to give the book that I was told very specifically not to show to anybody. You can't take this food. Let's see. And we had already tried to get in here. And nothing wanted to work. It doesn't look like there's any buttons. And there's no timing mechanism or anything. Alright. As soon as you try to walk away... Again, this has to be intended to be put in this position. Because if it wasn't intended to be put in that position, then it would have been in the right position at the beginning of the game. And just a lot of different scenes where you can look at a lot of different things. But there's nowhere else to go. There's nothing else to do. if there was some kind of button or something that you could trigger, that would be nice. Like right here is where the ladder would have been. And am I just stupidly missing something? Let's walk. Manage to walk the exact wrong direction. And this is another one of those paths where you might very easily just get off the beaten path. Yes, here we go. So we've now found 3 of these. I can't save quite yet until the animation is done. And that's helpful, sort of. So whoever is using these knives is certainly lighting the way and helping. Let's see. Let's see. Down this way we go. We'll go back up here and see if we can find anything different. Well, the good news and the bad news is we're almost done with this recording. So the good news is we're almost done. The bad news is I think I've got to pull up the I think it is time to pull up the walkthrough and try and actually solve something, because I've kind of exhausted the limitations of my mind. Interesting. Oh, the code is right here, isn't it? But I don't know how to read the code yet. So, like, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All of this game is built around this numbering system. And so, unless I know how to, unless I know the right code, I won't be able to do it. See, the highest it seems like it will let me go is here. And so if I went back 1, 2, and 3. Yep. I'm gonna have to look up the solution. I'm not even to the point though where I should know the solution on that puzzle. I still need to find the school which is supposedly not an area I can access yet. So let's see. That doesn't work. And that does. And I really don't believe it's like all of the puzzles we've seen up to this point are interconnected in such a way that only one of the puzzles can be solved. Like, is that all we can really do? Interesting animation here. Like, we open that door. And then we go back down. But I thought that door was already open. So I don't think I changed anything. In fact, I don't actually believe this does anything at all anyways. As silly as it sounds. Just a door locking. Yeah, we've been over, I would say, at least 87 to 90% of the game. We've only got this one book. It's so ridiculous this book is taking up this whole black bar. Why not have it in a corner somewhere? That's going to be it for this recording. I'm going to start reading a walkthrough and see what the walkthrough wants me to do first. And see what the solution to the first puzzle is. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below in the description box. If you want to support me, gift me a game on Steam. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.